Right. Sonal, thank you very much for that. That's Chennai Petro in focus right now, 4% higher. Just put up RBL Bank, which continues to move up and up, 108 rupees now. We were discussing this earlier. So that's doing very well. Tejas Networks is another one which has come up very sharply. It's up 8% and huge volumes on this one. Kalyan Jewelry is up about 5.5%, 82, and so on and so forth. So this is looking, the broader market is looking just fine. 2:1 advance decline. Nifty is corrected a little bit more. We're down 62 points now, 17,516 on the Nifty. So I think on the index at least we are at the day's low. That's about 1/3%. Now there's been a big rise in oil prices, over the last couple of days. For example, the prices are back above 100. Saudi Arabia, the energy minister of Saudi Arabia hinted at a possible output cut. He basically says that fundamentals and actual situation on the ground don't match. And when OPEC Plus meets on the 5th of September, they may have to consider a cut in output to rebalance the market. What could this mean for Indian companies? We have Rajesh Kumar Srivastava, Director Exploration at ONGC, who's joining us to take some questions. Mr. Srivastava, great to have you with us here. Thank you for joining us on the program. So the direct question, of course, what comes to mind is what happens to windfall taxes, right? At the next review, with a meaningful jump that we've seen recently, they could be revised higher, in your opinion?
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Srivastava, if you can hear me, can you hear me?
Last point I could not hear.
No, what happens to windfall taxes at the next review, when the government reviews this next, because of the recent sharp increase in prices? Could this be reset higher?
I think the mechanism that is inbuilt by government is a periodic review. And we believe with this review, there would be further downward revision in the SES, or what we call SAED, and that's what we hope for.
How come so Mr. Srivastava, when prices have moved up, right, not down, and they've already come down from what, $40 a barrel to what, 24 or so. You're saying at the next review, most likely, if prices stay, international oil prices stay where they are, the revision would be downward?
Yeah, I believe so.
So that what is the per barrel tax that you're paying to the government right now?
As I say, the net outgo on reference to the imposition of the SAED was something around $40. That was further revised to downward, and that got down to by about $5. And this is just something similar. We hope that this would be done in the next round also.
So you're saying $40 was brought down by $5. So on an average, it's about $35 per barrel tax that you're paying to the government right now. And if the oil prices have gone up, right? So you don't expect the tax to be revised higher?
No, right now, even though there is an upward revision, but the general trend, what is anticipated is to stabilize somewhere at a lower price.
Okay.
So that is a reason I am saying that it could be revised further down.
Okay,
Mr. Srivastava, we had an oil...
there are other facilitation or other mechanisms are being asked from the government by other operators. So I believe that would also be taken into consideration. Yeah.
Right. No, so we actually had a expert from the oil markets in the morning with us who thought otherwise. He thinks, the paper markets, financial markets are not accurately reflecting prices. Prices should be, potentially could be 30-50% higher from here. So it's anyone's guess, right? It is your opinion, Mr. Srivastava, the prices will head lower than higher?
Yeah, it's my opinion.
Okay. Have you had any discussions with the government at all for scrapping these taxes entirely?
These things are already taken up by our CNBC with the ministry in different forums. And we also are in process of proposing some other mechanism rather than this imposition of tax directly, and this could be through some other routes also. So we are working on those recommendations, and that we would be putting forward to the Ministry for consideration.
So what are those recommendations? What are the other mechanisms that you're proposing?
Rather than this direct tax on the production front itself, there could be another mechanism where this money could be utilized for some other projects in a different way.
Okay, and you've put that forward to the government. Any response there?
No, that's what I'm saying. We are working on those papers, and we are likely to put up those for consideration.
Okay. Is there a possibility also of windfall tax on gas production anytime soon?
Ma'am, last time when we discussed about this, so suddenly it came as a bolt from the blue. And in the gas, I would not like to be speculating again, but I don't think that would be a positive step.
Oh, absolutely. For the company, absolutely. Mr. Srivastava, there is general scarcity of gas, right? I mean, we just had the management of IGL, Indraprastha Gas, with us, who was saying that although the allocation to the sector has been increased, they are still only getting about a little over 90% of what they require. Could you give us some sense of what is the situation in terms of consumption? Are you getting more requests from GAIL for more supplies? Just provide us with some perspective.
I don't think so. I would be able to give any kind of direction in this. Only thing what I can say is on the positive front, ONGC, by taking a stake in gas exchange, and we have been able to get some more new discoveries. I believe there is likely to be more gas output from the ONGC side in the coming time, and let us see.
Okay. Can you give us some guidance, both in terms of crude production, gas production for FY24 and 25? What are you looking at?
In terms of our drafted way forward for the next short-term outlook, we are trying to increase at least 15 to 20% in oil, as well as something around 25% in gas.
That's for FY24, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so 15 to 20% increase in oil production and 25% increase in gas production is what you're looking at. Okay, and is there a likelihood of the government introducing a cap on gas prices? Is that something that we're looking at as well?
All those things have been tried earlier, and recently, with reference to those marketing and pricing freedom, I believe that has paved the way for attracting other foreign investors as well, and with the aggressive OLP rounds wherein we are taking up more acreages, capping mechanism, I believe, would not be the desired kind of thing.
Mr. Srivastava, what would oil and gas throughput for this year look like? Could you give us a number?
For 22-23 you are asking?
Yeah, 23, yes, 23, FY23.
FY23. So that's what I said, what we are looking for, a nominal increase this year, but by the next year, our oil and crude output would be something around 15%, and increase to the gas would be to the tune of 25%.
15?
From the current 2021, yeah.
So 24...
This year it would be nominal.
Yeah.
This year it would be nominal because we have just came out of all those COVID pandemic-related effects, supply chain disruptions, and working on those pipeline replacement projects. So we are a little bit somewhere similar to the 21, but in the next year, we will be increasing by about 15% in oil and 25% in gas.
Just another question, if you would want to answer, Mr. Srivastava, how much out of our import basket of oil, right, which is we import 80% of oil needs, how much is Russian oil at now? I mean, there were reports that said about 20-25% of the import basket is from Russia now. Could you confirm that? And what is the latest in terms of the price that we are getting?
No comments on that, please.
Okay, all right. Mr. Srivastava, thank you very much for your time. Good speaking with you. Appreciate you joining us with that perspective. Thank you. So F524, by the